Okay, today's Thursday, April 4th. What am I talking about? August 4th. First off, this is the screen that's broken on my Omega Vert 330 juicer. This is the HD screen. This is the GE Ultem screen that they talk that's so great. There it is, broken. So I'm not that thrilled with that. I've definitely had my share of broken parts with this juicer, and somebody who uses it sometimes for 2 or 3 meals a day. I don't know, this thing should come with extra screens, because thank God this is the what am I trying to say? This is the bigger screen, so you can get a pulpier juice. Notice there, it's bigger, and then down at the bottom is thinner. So this thing's busted, no good, useless. I got to contact the company. Meanwhile, I've got the thinner screen in there, so I can still make my juice for this morning. So keep that in your thought process when you're looking at juicers, as to the reliability, especially if you're going to do a juice diet. You almost need a backup juicer, or I don't know. The Breville machine has never broken on me. But this one I kind of prefer, but this is $350 and it should work flawlessly. And if these things are going to break, they should give you extra ones in the container, so that if it does break, you don't have to wait 10 days to get a new part. Okay, on to the fun stuff. Today I'm doing, I'll show you real quick. I got some watermelon and organic Swiss chard that I just bought yesterday. So we're going to see how much that makes up into the juicer, and that's going to be breakfast for today. Let's see what we get here. So once again, I cut these up because there's a lot of fiber, stringiness in here, and this juicer does not really like stuff that's long and stringy. You can get caught up in here. I mean, it definitely goes through it, but the Breville machine's a little bit better at that. Piece of watermelon. Watermelon's not organic, and I should have taken that part off, but so be it. I got it off on all the rest. At least I thought I got it off on the rest. So I've never made this. This is part of the fun. I've never made a chard and watermelon only. So we'll see how this goes. Interesting colors. And see what we get out of this. And really, when you're doing the juicing, I mean, this is really a lot of dark greens, and the dark greens are the best. The darker the green, the better it is for you. The higher quality of the nutrients that are in the juice, the phytochemicals, antioxidants. If you want to learn more about that stuff, read Dr. Furman's book, Eat to Live. He's really got the best information out there. And so the amount of organic chard you just saw me put in, that was $2.50 yesterday at the farmer's market. So that was the complete rubber band's worth. So to give you an idea of what that cost. And the machine's backed up a little bit, so there's probably a lot more juice waiting to get out. You might need to cut another piece of watermelon while this thing's processing what's in it. So I get my 32 ounces out here. As you can see, once you kind of know what you're doing, it's not an exact science, because you know what mixes well. And I think when you're a beginner, you got to follow so many carrots, so many cups of watermelon. Once you kind of know what you're doing, you just wing it, because you know what tastes good. And when you make a bad juice, you just drink it, and then you say, okay, I'm not going to make that mistake again. The only thing I can tell you, make sure you don't juice grapefruit. Grapefruit is fine on its own. You could juice it and drink it on its own. But mixed in with anything except for like orange or pineapple, I mean, it's horrible. I mean, I did that early on, and basically that was probably the only juice I ever threw out was grapefruit mixed in with other greens or whatever it was. It was just, I really kind of stayed away from that. So we got more watermelon going in. So we get to our 32 ounces that I'm looking for. By the way, the pulp is dry as can be. That's what I do love about this juicer. I just wish the thing didn't break as often as it does. And I'm not saying that I'm gentle with it, but I'm not harsh with it either because I don't like having to wait for parts to come. So that kind of gives you a good idea of what I got going on today. Just leave any comments or questions and I'll try and answer them for you. Alright, good morning to everyone. As you can see, this thing's getting a little bit jammed up. It's clearing now. See, now the machine is doing this leaking thing because there's another part inside of here that's plastic that's really not going that well. I don't know. The machine is definitely going from my favorite machine to a machine I like to use but not sure that I would buy again. See if I can get this out of here. I mean, see what I mean? I mean, I didn't put that much Swiss chard in there. I mean, Swiss chard and watermelon, this thing should not be jamming up, and it is. So, Omega, I might be sending you a copy of this video too. So kind of okay in there, but let's see how this juice came out. Going to put the rest of this watermelon through. We've already cut it up. Alright. Now the machine's finally running right. But you know, none of these juices are really, you know, perfect. What's great about this juicer is it's fast, it's easy to clean, and if they sent me backup parts, I'd be in love with this juicer because you know something breaks, put it to the side, pull out the next one, tell the company to send me another one. But the idea that I'm not going to have this wide screen because I like to get more pulp in some of my juices does not have to happen. And sometimes I do this just to run a little bit of water through the machine, get out the last of whatever's in there. Sometimes it frees things up a little bit. Doesn't really thin the juice that much. But there you go. That's it. Alright folks, that's it for this morning. The extended version.